Well, Flint Knapper Jimmy from YouTube here again. Today we're going to do a special on how Ishi worked the slab. On April 13th, 2009, I had an appointment to go to the Hearst Museum in Berkeley, where Ishi's collection is, and the purpose of me going there was to try to get a better understanding of how he Flint knapped. And I had read an account in a book called Ishi in Three Worlds by Steve Shackley that there was no evidence that Ishi abraded. So I decided to go there myself and look into it. And sure enough, he was right. There was no evidence at all. And so I figured, well, that's nice and everything, but if he didn't abrade, then how'd he knap? So that's what I set out to do over the last year and a half. And also while I was there, I got to examine the last point that Ishi was working on before he died. It was made out of a piece of plate glass about this big, and it was a piece of clear plate glass. This is blue, which is okay. I know it's the idea is that he used milk of magnesia bottles for his blue glass, but actually if you go to the exhibit inside the museum for public display, there's a vase sitting on the in the exhibit, which is blue glass similar to this, and it's about a ½ inch thick, probably from like a large vase or something that he broke up. So this will show up on camera better too than the clear stuff. What he did, he didn't zigzag the edge like a lot of people do today. His technique was a little bit more specialized and unique. What he would do is he would knock a corner off, and he'd flip it over, and he'd take another corner off, then he'd flip it over again and flake into the meat of the piece, and then again on the other side, and basically back and forth, driving long flakes all the way across. And if you do it right and you get lucky, sometimes you can get flakes over the entire piece on the first pass. And he only used one tool. It was similar to this. He had a couple different iron flakers similar to this one, and a hand pad. That's all we need. Alright, so we're going to start first by taking off the corners. And then we'll flip it over and we'll use this area from the negative bulb as a platform. See, those flakes are already going all the way across. Flip it over again. This time we have to take a little uptick to get it set up. Another one. Always wear safety glasses. You got these chips coming in an uppick like that, or even sometimes when you take them off down, they fly right back up at you. Alright, so we got the tip somewhat established, and then we flip it over again. Go for another long flake, like that. Flip it over. Careful too, you don't, I almost just cut my knuckle right there. You can easily slip and cut yourself wide open on this sharp edge right here. That's the only downside of doing it this way. Kind of like revealing the sword in the stone. You can see it start taking on its own life. These are pretty easy to break in half. I break a lot of them. They're just not supporting the slab properly, especially on these long ones. You have to be really careful not to push too hard in the middle. It takes just one little mistake and it's done. This is where it will usually break at about this stage if you're not careful. And this is also about the same exact look that the one in the museum had that Ishi was working on. Yeah.